Hello, this is Lester Savage, Vice Chair of the Board of Directors for the Lexington Housing Assistance Board, along with Sarah Morrison, our Executive Director, and Colin Smith, our architect for the project at 116 Vine Street.
So LexHAB was founded in 1983, and it was chartered by the town to address a growing concern about housing affordability. That concern has grown exponentially over the years, and now there is an extreme need for more affordable housing. LexHAB has 78 units throughout the town, and we serve about 197 people. The inventory includes 1, 2, 3, and 4 bedroom units. And accessible units are in extremely high demand. We need to be developing at least 2 new units per year to keep the town's inventory of affordable housing above the 10% threshold. And of course, planning and construction of new units takes many years. As I mentioned, the need for affordable housing is acute. The median home price in Lexington is now close to $1.6 million. It's nearly impossible for low or moderate income families to afford housing in town. More than 1 in 5 Lexington households qualifies as low income, and that's defined as 80% of area median income. For a family of 2, that's about $80,000. Nearly 1/3 of Lexington's households are cost burdened by housing, which means they're spending more than 30% of their gross income on housing. We see a clear need for more affordable rental opportunities, particularly in Lexington, where 30% of renters earn less than 80% of the median income.
These are photos of 2 recent projects that we have completed. One is at Fairview. That's 3 units in a new home, 1 unit in an older home that was renovated with participation from Minuteman High School. The original structure was dated 1912. So we have, the single family has a 3-bedroom home. The new construction has 1 1-bedroom unit and 2 2-bedroom units. One of those 2-bedroom units is handicapped accessible. There are green building features such as the solar panels. There's a hybrid hot water tank that works both by heat pump and electric, and the building is all electric, near net zero. This was done on a 25,200 square foot parcel. There are, again, 4 dwelling units there. There's about 6,300 square feet per unit. Farmview is our most recent development. That's 34A and 34B Lowell Street. It was completed in 2021. In order to make this happen affordably, we used modular buildings. So these are twin buildings. There are 2 of them. There is a lower level unit that walks out to the farm level. That's a 1-bedroom unit in each of the buildings. And then there are 2-bedroom units on the 2nd and 3rd floor. The 2nd floor is at ground level. Those 2 units are both handicapped accessible and have great views of the farm behind there. We've used green building features in these structures as well. They're heavily insulated. They have solar panels. There's hybrid hot water tanks. There's heat pumps for each of the individual units. These are on a 20,198 square foot lot. with the 6 dwelling units, that's about 3,366 square feet of land per dwelling unit. Vine Street, the project we're proposing in Article 10K, has 2 structures that are designed in a New England farmhouse style, with the farmhouse at the front of the parcel on Vine Street and a barn style unit behind it. That would be the red building as you look at it, traditional farmhouse coloring. This proposal is for 6 units. There would be 4 2-bedroom units, with one of the units being accessible. And then that's in the barn. And then there are 2 3-bedroom units in the front of the farmhouse, with 1 accessible unit there. Again, we're using sustainable design elements. There will be solar panels, high efficiency heat pumps, native species landscaping, Energy Star appliances, low flow plumbing fixtures, triple glazed windows, super efficient R30 below slab insulation, and R60 attic insulation.
So as in the previous Farmview project, this project is located on previously used farmland. And this area of Lexington, the Woburn Street area, was developed in the 19th century as working class housing. So it's a tight-knit community, and previously this site had 2 structures on it, one a farmhouse and one a barn, which was the spring point for this project in determining the layout and character of the proposed project. And in 2011, the Housing Task Force proposed 5 to 6 units. We've met with community leaders and the neighborhood multiple times over the last several years, looking at various layouts for the property, and most recently have settled on 6 units in 2 buildings, as Lester had just mentioned. So we took all of the feedback that we gathered, and that's represented in the proposal that you have before you.
Traffic assessment was done by the police department back in 2011. The traffic count was about 82 cars each weekday. In 2021, the traffic count was 70 car trips per day. Speeds were well below the unposted 25-mile-per-hour speed limit. We've tried to listen to the neighbors as much as possible as far as directing traffic away from upper Vine Street towards the center, in that it narrows there. So what we've done is sort of bend the driveway entrance into the project to direct traffic from the project out towards Woburn Street. These 6 units could generate 40 to 60 additional trips per day, which is well below the level required to trigger an additional traffic study.
And as previously mentioned, the 2011 Housing Task Force proposal presented a plan with 5 to 6 dwelling units, but with 3 structures, of which contain 2 garages. And the proposal before you currently is for 2 buildings on the property with no garages. So 2 buildings around a common green space, with the parking lot to the northwest, adjacent to the conservation trailhead area to limit headlight interference to the abutting neighbors. And here you'll see some renderings of the project showing the arrangement of that parking area and the two buildings on the site. You'll see on the building along the street, we've made allowances for solar panels. It's surrounded by a split rail fence and some natural rock retaining wall, similar to what was done at Farmview to delineate the property and make a clear separation between it and abutting neighbors and the common conservation land. And as Les had mentioned previously, we're employing sustainable design elements, many of which were used at the previous LexHAB projects, and there were some lessons learned from those projects, which we're taking into account to make improvements with each new project LexHAB performs. And as Les had mentioned previously, Farmview was done in modular construction. This proposal is for a stick build construction, and our cost estimate, which just came in the last couple of days here, estimates the project at $5.65 million. Which is a slight increase over what we had at 5.3 million in December. And that increase is due in large part to inflationary pressures in the construction industry that have been building for over the last couple of years. Holistically, this project, I believe, is 10 bedrooms, whereas Farmview was, I'm sorry, 14 bedrooms, whereas Farmview was 10 bedrooms. Thanks, Les.
Yeah.
To help equalize or make it more equitable in terms of the cost of project per bed.
So we know that there's a clear need for more affordable housing. The cost of housing has increased incredibly, about 60% since 2009. As we said before, the median home price in Lexington is now close to $1.6 million. And we know that nearly 1/3 of Lexington's households are cost burdened by housing. We have an extremely long wait list for our units at LexHAB. For the most recent project at Farmview, we had over 170 applications for housing. As for other affordable housing options locally, regionally, and across the country, there's a many years long wait for public housing. And there's also very few Section 8 vouchers being given out, and there's years long wait lists for those as well as state subsidies. So really for our town, if we feel like social and economic diversity is a priority for our town and important as far as our values, then we need to prioritize affordable housing.